Hey guys, Long Live Games Guy here, and I beat Sekiro. Like, I can't believe I'm saying those words. This is one of those games where it was so hard, I never thought I was... There were some bosses, guys, that absolutely discouraged me. I was like, bro, I'm never gonna beat this. Like, what was I thinking trying to beat this in the first place? Like, I can name those bosses. The ogre I didn't think was gonna beat. The bull I definitely didn't think I was gonna beat. Genichiro I didn't think was gonna beat. That the way Tomoe I didn't think was gonna beat. Like, and the dual guardian apes. The dual guardian apes are the other one. The dual guardian apes. I Like, the dual guardian apes also I did not think was going to beat that so quickly. Like, I beat that pretty quickly too, especially compared to the other bosses I just named. Now, I beat that one. That one was the one I beat the quickest, and in my opinion that should have been the hardest. And Isshin, the sword saint, is also I didn't think, at first I did not think I was going to beat him, because like his first phase seemed so confusing to me. But then it was like yesterday, I just like all of a sudden like I got it down. So like, as you can see on the screen right now, I'm doing great. Like, I'm doing great because like I remember I put up a strat for the first phase. I put up a strat. And this goes with all Sekiro bosses. They all seem difficult at first. I'm sorry, they all seem overwhelming. I mean, they're all difficult, but they all seem overwhelming at first, but then you get the hang of it. And that's the exact same thing that happened here, bro. Like, that is the exact same thing from beginning to end. That is the exact same rule of the game from beginning to end. They all seem overwhelming until you friggin', until you get used to it. You get used to how they play, you get used to it, you get used to their patterns, or what moves means what, or what they're gonna do after this, or what animation, or what this animation means, you notice patterns, you notice, repetition, things that they do often, and you learn to predict those things. And man, my oh my, this, I pretty much just want to talk about, like, this game for a minute. I just want to talk about it. This is one of this is by far the hardest game I've ever played in my life. Like, this is my first Souls game. Yes, this was my first Souls game, and it was hard. Like, this was by far the hardest game I've ever played in my whole life. I really can't think of a game I played that's harder than this. Like, this is by far the hardest game I've ever played in my life, but I beat it, man, and this was encouraging to me. This game was encouraging to me because it meant something. It meant more than just, oh, I'm going to complete this really hard game. No. It, like, really meant something to me. Beating this game really meant, like, that's why I didn't drop it. Like, I was close. Like, during that break, during the, like, 4 or 5 month break I took from this game, I was, like, very close to, like, dropping. I was like, well, what's the point? I streamed this game, like, a long time ago. I used, like, this game's old news. Like, a lot of my audience probably probably thought I dropped it already. Like, what's the point of bringing it back? What's the point? And then there was, like, this part of me. There was, like, this part of me inside that was like, heck no, you can't just freaking drop the game like this. You can't just drop this game. You can't. And that voice just got louder and louder and louder, and I was like, you know what? You're right. I have to finish this. I have to finish what I started. Like, I think I've already made it too far. It would be one thing, like, quitting at the first boss, right? Or the second boss, or the third. But no. I was too far. I was too far for, like, Genichiro was, like, at the point of no return for me. I'm sorry, at the point of, like, it was the point where it's like, alright, I'm too far. I can't quit now. I can't. I just can't. I can't quit. Ooh, that hurts. Um, and like, man, I was so, guys, you don't understand. I was so close to just dropping this game and never picking it up again. But I was like, heck no, you bought the game for a reason. Finish it. You bought the game, you played it, you've gotten this far, and finish it. Like, the main reason why I kind of took a break from this game in the first place was not only because of all the crazy 2020 madness that's been happening. It was also because, like, Genichiro was, like, extremely freaking hard, and I was like, oh my gosh, bro, like, how do I beat this sucker? I don't know how to beat this sucker. And then, again, I figured it out. I was like, oh, it's actually really simple and easy. And from, like, here's the thing with this game, man. This, it felt like after, and this honestly, it felt like after I beat Genichiro in the Way to Tomoe, or Genichiro, just Genichiro, like after I beat Genichiro, this game felt a lot easier to me for some reason, like a lot easier. Like it seemed like everything but before Genichiro was just beating my butt, except with the exception of Yobu Masakaka Uniwa, I think that's his name, something like that. Like that guy was pretty easy, but still took me a while to beat him. But you know, like compared to the rest of the game, he was pretty easy. I'll tell you, like Genichiro, like after I beat him, it just seems like everything became a lot easier. I don't know why. It just seemed like everything just became a lot easier. I was like way more, you know, and I'm sad I didn't record. I made sure. I'm sad I didn't record my defeat, me defeating Genichiro. But it seemed like after I beat him, things just got, this game, like the overall game just got way easier. Like it seemed like I was getting the hand. It seemed like I was getting the hand of like more stuff. And it really felt like I hit a learning curve. It really felt like I hit a huge learning curve. Like Genichiro was the turning point for me. Like that was the point where I actually started to get good. You know, it was a point where I actually started to get good at the game and learn its mechanics, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing wrong. And you know, like it really encouraged me. Like I don't know if it was just encouragement or whatever, but it just seems like after I beat Genichiro, like this game became way easier. Its mechanics seem way more I seem way more familiar with the mechanics seem way more familiar with me, and yeah, it just Genichiro was the turning point. Like after I beat him, it was kind of the other stuff just kind of felt kind of easy. And I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, because it obviously was not easy. I mean, the boss only got harder and harder. Well, that's not necessarily true. Like the bosses became harder. Like it was extremely difficult. If I were to name all the bosses that gave me the most trouble, pretty much the ogre was horrible. I mean, there's a reskin of the ogre, which is very easy to beat. There was a second boss fight with the ogre, which I did not record, and it was like extremely easy. Like the flame vent, like I kicked this sucker's butt with a flame vent. Like it was ridiculously easy. So, but again, the boss that gave me the most trouble at the time were the ogre, the flaming bull. Was horrible. He was horrible to deal with. That's a boss I never want to face again. Like, cause it was just, I hated that thing. I actually hated that thing, cause I just hated it. I hated it. I can't really provide an explanation. I just really hated this boss. Yobu Masakako Uiwa was hard, but he wasn't like that hard compared to like what I went through before. With the bull and all that? No, he was before the bull. Like, he wasn't really that hard compared to what I went through, like, the Ogre and all that. Like, it wasn't really that hard. But, Genichiro is where things... Genichiro is hard. Like, he was freaking difficult. The way Tomoe made things even worse because I did not get the lightning reversal stuff. Like, I was like, how do I have... I kept trying to dodge it, and that does not work with lightning reverse, especially with how small that fighting area, that arena was. That dodging was not going to work. I kept trying to dodge it, and that was my problem. I didn't realize I had to freaking deflect it. Like, I completely missed that tutorial somehow. I don't know. I don't even know how I did that. I don't know how I completely missed the tutorial, that legit tutorial that freaking says how to deal with this lightning. But like I had to look it up online what to do about the lightning, and then I learned like, oh shoot, I can deflect it. Wow. And then the way Tomoe just became extremely easy all this. I mean, it didn't become extremely easy. Like sometimes it wouldn't work. Like bro, like you guys have no idea. You guys have no idea. Like, it was so freaking hard. Like, Genichiro was so hard, bro. And the way Tomoe, wow. Like, he was just so hard to me. But, again, once I beat him, the game became a lot easier. For some reason, the game became a lot easier for me. And I heard a lot of people saying that the owl father stopped them from beating the game. Like, I beat that second one. Like, guys, I was afraid of him. I was afraid of Owl. Because of all the stuff I've been hearing. Like, oh my gosh, this boss is so hard, bro. I beat that second, like, what, less than 10 tries? I beat that second quick. He was not that hard to me. Like, he was very... Like, once I memorized his move, it didn't really take me that long to learn his moveset. Like, once I memorized his moveset and stuff like that, which did not take too long, I was like, okay, Gucci. Okay, this sucker's not that hard at all. Now, I heard there's a second Owl secret fight. There's secret fight and all that, which is way harder. And from what I've seen of it, yeah, it seems very difficult. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm done with this game. I beat it. Beat the final boss. I'm done with it. Got the ending. I'm done. I'm done. If anyone asks me to return to this game, freaking no. No. I'm going to let you right now. This video is proof. I am never coming back to this game. I beat it. Got everything done. I did everything I wanted to do, beat the final boss, got an ending. I'm good. I'm freaking good, alright? Like, I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in this game. But like, man, this game is so... I really liked at the end of it all, you know, past all the rage and the bosses and all that, like past all of the rage and stuff like that and difficulty and stuff like that, this game was really good. Like, I'm not, again, you know, now that I'm not biased by hatred, I can now freaking say that, yeah, this game's legitimately really good. And I can see what Game of the Year material, I don't really know. However, 2019 was a really slow year for video games. So, if out of any game in 2019, yeah, I'd give it to this. I'd for 100% give this Game of the Year. Of any game 2019, Jedi Fallen Order... I'd say Jedi Fallen Order was my game of the year. Like, Jedi Fallen Order was definitely my game of the year, which is kind of like a Souls game. Souls-like game. And, like, you know, but Jedi Fallen Order kind of released too late for that, so it was like, eh. So it's like, that's sad. I definitely would have won Game of the Year, but it is what it is. But, you know, excluding Jedi Fallen Order, other than Jedi Fallen Order, this would definitely be my second pick for Game of the Year. This was a really good game. Like, this game was like domestic abuse for me. Because, like, this game abused me. Like, no matter how many times it beat me up, I still came back because I love those good times it gave me. That is legit. Like, if this game was legit abusive, it hurt me so bad. However, I can't help but keep coming back because of the good times, and, you know, the satisfaction of beating and defeating the boss was so good to me. Like, the satisfaction of beating a boss is like no other in any video game ever. I swear. This is the most difficult game I've ever played, but is also the most satisfaction I have ever gained from beating the boss in my life. Like, in my life. Like, it just is. Like, this game was by far it was by far the hardest and most difficult game and the most rage-inducing game I've ever played in my life. However, it delivered the most satisfaction from any, you know, from any boss fight in any video game ever. Like, once you defeat the boss fights in this game, it feels like heaven. Like, it's addicting. It's addicting. That's the best way I can put it. It's freaking addicting. Because the feeling of euphoria that you get from beating a boss in this video game, in this game it's just unrelenting. It's just unrelentingly good. And I assume that's what the hook of the Souls series is in general, and why, you know, games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all that have been so, you know, critically acclaimed and so successful through the years, because, you know, it just delivers that experience. It delivers that feeling of overcoming the greatest challenge, and that's what or at least that's how it, you know, felt to me. And man, did it feel good to beat this game. It felt so good to beat this game. But yeah, guys, this is where it's been a journey, guys. It's been a long 7-month journey of trying to beat Sekiro, and I beat it. Shout out. I like to make a few shout outs. So my first shout out is I want to give a shout out to Ryan. I don't really know, you know, he's the guy who appeared up in my last, in my last live stream. He helped me, he gave me some tips to beat this boss, man, and he really helped. So Ryan, thank you so much for helping me beat this boss. And yeah, guys, it's been great. This series has been great. This game has been great. And if you got what Souls game should I play next? I probably, who knows, I may not play another one, but, you know, which one should I play next? And yeah, goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching. Lone Kings Guy out.
Do it! Well done, Sekiro. Farewell.
are you?
I am at your side. Take the dragon tears.
My sworn shinobi. Now. Sever these ties of immortality.
I think it is best that you have this. No doubt, the day will come. When a shinobi arrives, seeking strength.